All right, fellow Sierra Leoneans, today's May 8th, first of all, I must take this opportunity to thank President Bio for coming out and speaking and addressing the people of Sierra Leone. We know that he's been absent for so long, and a lot of, bad things have been happening to the country. And a lot of us have been calling on him to come out and speak about this because he's the president of the country. Fortunately for us as Sierra Leoneans today, we heard from the president of the country after over 2 years of violence and continuous madness in Sierra Leone. It never came out to speak to the people. So first of all, I just want to say thanks. At least we know that you're okay. You might not be absolutely okay, but at least we know that you're still around. So we thank you for that. But we were expecting when you come out as the president of this country, to speak to the fears of the people, to allay the sufferings of the people. But what did you do? You started off the speech that you just gave today on May 8th very nicely. It sounded like you wanted to bridge peace. You sounded like you wanted to, bring a massive cohesion together. Everybody should come together to the table so that we can have these conversations and see how we can walk around making sure that we have peace and tranquility again in the country. And then at the end of the message, in the middle of the message, it turned into this sour, warlike posture. Because what you've done, it is like you just came out to declare war on the people of Sierra Leone. First of all, your message was not targeted to the people of Sierra Leone. Because if it was really targeted to the masses, you know that the people of Sierra Leone, a lot of the folks that should hear messages like these don't even understand English as much. You were too tensed. You were not relaxed. You were not calm. It almost sounded like, of course, presidents have speech writers, but nothing on that speech was your language. That's what it sounds like. And, after all these years, because I'm going to give you instances now of everything that has happened, that has transpired, because you're painting a picture of the people of Sierra Leone acting like, they're terrorists, because that is the language that you're using, that Sierra Leoneans are terrorists. And we all know that that is a lie. If anything, President Bio is the terrorist, because you have people in your cabinet like Lawrence Lima, who's the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs. You have people like the Fatmata Sawanes, the ones that have been inciting violence across the country, terrorizing people. Your minister that went to the elections in Godrich, where a minister actually went there and kicked the ballot, tossed the ballot out on the ground. Where were you? You did not speak to the people. Oh, your minister is the terrorist, by the way, President Bio. The thugs that went to Tonko Limba for that by-elections over there, they killed a citizen. They are the terrorists. These are your supporters. These are the people supporting you. They are terrorists. President Bio, did you come out and speak and address the nation about that? You have never condemned violence. And this is what you've said today in the speech, basically. What you've done is just give us a clear picture exactly of what these guys said about you on WhatsApp. They said you're very conniving, you're very cunning, but that is not going to work because everything is like you thought you were setting up the evidences so you can mount up against these people, but it's not going to work that way. You said the people that have been arrested are not political prisoners. It's a lie. They are political prisoners because they've been targeted. There are no evidences to show that these people have done anything wrong. Mr. Paolo Conte, we haven't seen the evidence that he planned on executing you or committing a treason. Just because he had a loaded gun does not mean he's a terrorist. Again, I'm speaking as a Sierra Leonean, a private citizen who has the right to pronounce and make proclamations the way I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just rebutting because this is a rebuttal of your statement, the speech that you just gave. We were hoping your speech was going to take a light note. But now what you've said, it's like you've set up the spellwork to commit harm to the people of Sierra Leone. That every Sierra Leonean are the ones that are, protesting or speaking out about, the injustices in the country. They're the enemies of the country. And that is not true. We don't have terrorists in Sierra Leone. If we do, they belong to your government. They're the ones that are going out and killing people. They orchestrated the Pademba Road prisons attack and they killed prisoners. Lawrence Lima, Fatmata Sawane, she was there at 3:30 in the morning. She is the terrorist. Not the Sierra Leonean people that are just asking for justice in the country. That's what Sierra Leoneans need. Just justice. You're going out and terrorizing these people. All the violence that has been perpetrated in the country was by you, President Bio, and you sat down the whole time not saying anything, thinking that you're building up this evidence for it to mount up. But the international community is going to see this. And they know they're not fools. They know everything you've said is not true about the citizens of the country. You are there to protect the citizens. So for you to come out now, when we are thinking that you just want to talk about peace. That's all we want. We want tranquility in the country. For you to come on a lighter note. Maybe you would have even addressed the nation in Creole. Let them see you relaxed. You don't have to be all tensed up. So President Bio, everything you said in your speech is a total lie. Sierra Leoneans are not terrorists. The youths are disgruntled with whatever happened. It's just that you've been silent. Your leadership, there's been a vacuum. You've not been there to address the nation, to talk to the people, and make sure that you provide meaningful solutions to the many problems that the people have. You've been absent. You've been a wall. You've been AWOL. You've been out. We don't know where you've been. You've let this mayhem, this madness fester in the country because that's what you wanted. So you can come now and sit couchy and sit lousily and just make all these claims that you've made. And we know these claims are all false. These are false claims. That's why I have to come out here and talk about this. It is wrong. You are lying. You've not addressed, you did not call out none of the problems that your party, your political party as a government in power, none of the problems that you perpetrated. You have not condemned any violence. Again, all the innocent Sierra Leoneans that have died since you came to power 2 years ago, you have not addressed none of those issues. The 10 parliamentarians that were kicked out of parliament, when the opposition sat back quietly, the former president has been quiet. Most of his ministers, they've been quiet. None of these people have been in the picture. APC has never been a problem as a party. You have to be honest with yourselves. The only problem that you have with the person that you have a problem with is this so-called Adebayo guy. APC as a political party has not caused you any harm. The people of Sierra Leone are Sierra Leoneans. Not all Sierra Leoneans are APC. A lot of these people that are disgruntled, that are sitting out there, President Bio, you are out of touch. You are totally out of touch. You don't know what is going on. Like I said, this speech was written to you and given to you by the so-called perpetrators, the demons that you have in your government. This is totally uncalled for. This is totally uncalled for. Your speech was not a speech of peace. Your speech was not a speech of calm. Your speech was a speech of war, like you've declared war on the people of Sierra Leone. Like you're going to get away with it. No. Just because you come out and sit there and make all these lies and accusations after you've been absent for so long, you're not going to get away with it. Too many Sierra Leoneans have died because of your absence, because of your lack of leadership. When these things started, small, little by little, you never came out to condemn the violence. And it's your political party, like I said, your Minister of Internal Affairs, Lai Lawrence Lima, has been the one who's been in charge of this. We've been talking to Sierra Leoneans. You've never allowed the people to express their views. Coming out to protest does not mean that they are terrorists. You've never allowed the people of Sierra Leone to protest their views, their problems, so that they can communicate with you and let you know exactly what the problem is in the country. So, President Bio, Sierra Leoneans are not terrorists. We cannot sit back and allow you to call the people of Sierra Leone terrorists or thinking that every Sierra Leonean belongs to APC or political party. That is not true. That is a lie. So yes, the rule of law is going to be applied, but it has to apply to your cabinet members, to your government. Fatmata Sawane should be arrested. What was she doing at Pademba Road prison at 3:30? When we all know that they planned on executing a political prisoner that they have in the name of Mr. Paulo Conte. I don't belong to any political party. I'm just a Sierra Leonean. And I'm addressing you, President Bio. Because even what I'm doing right now is what the former president of Sierra Leone should be doing. Or what all the members of the past administration should be doing to come out here and talk about this. But all of these people are not saying anything because they don't want to create any problems in the country. There's no way, President Bio, you can point a finger at any of these past administration members that they have ever come out to say anything. So what do you mean APC is creating problems? That is absolutely not true. That is wrong. That is not correct. And that is why I'm coming out here to rebut everything that you've said as a president. Unfortunately, I have to do it for the people of Sierra Leone, not for any political party, because I'm not representing the political party. And like I said, if anything, I'm representing my movement, the People's Liberation Movement. We cannot let you fool our people in this 21st century, President Bio. Call out the violence that has been perpetrated by the thugs. Call out these folks, your security guard, presidential guard that went to Pareba Road prisons and shut up those prisoners and killed over 40 prisoners. That is the violence that you should be condemning. That is what we're expecting you to come out here and talk about and call your people out. Fire the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs. Lawrence Lima should not be in office. It should not have any position of power, because he's the one who's misusing and abusing all of that. So, President Bio, your speech of May 8th that you gave was very devilish, was very dark, was very gloomy, and that is not what Sierra Leone needs right now. We were thinking when you do come out to talk, because we know I advocated for you to come out and speak to the nation. We were expecting that when you do come out and speak to the nation, you were going to foster peace. You're going to try to just calm everybody's fears. But what you've done is just create another room for, like, people to rebel again against you. But that is not going to happen. But the people of Sierra Leone are very peaceful people. They have a right to express their views. If they want to protest, they have a right to protest as citizens of the country. Listen to the people. You're talking about the civil societies. You've been punishing journalists. Journalists are not free in the country. You've been holding them against their will. If journalists report, you have supporters that are going after them. They're putting their pictures just because people are talking about what is going on that is wrong. So, President Bio, with your statements and everything you said, that long speech that you gave and say you're going to come out hard and hard and hard, this is not the military. You're not in a military regime. You're in a democratic government. You have to govern the people with democratic means and through democratic rule. You've not addressed the problem. Come out to the people of Sierra Leone. Come up with a softer tone. Speak in Creole. Relax. Relax. You're not in a war. We don't need war. You're not in a war zone. The people of Sierra Leone are innocent. They're not armed. Some of them just express themselves maybe wrong. And that's because there's a vacuum in your leadership style. You don't come out. You wait until it's like this, and then you decide to come out. So please, this was absolutely wrong. Your statement was very dark. It was very gloomy. There's no point intended. It made no sense to the people of Sierra Leone. Of course, the vast majority would not even understand what you said, but this was absolutely wrong. You didn't point out nothing, any of the injustices that has been done by the people. You just said what you wanted to say to suit you, so you can get away with it, because guys on WhatsApp have said that you're very cunning and sly, and when you do take action, you are going to take action. President Bio, you are wrong on this one. Your statement was very dark. It was not what the people of Sierra Leone wanted. If anything, you've created a little bit more tension too. But again, APC is not the problem. That party is not the problem. I'm not speaking on their behalf, but we all see as Sierra Leoneans, we're going to be honest, and some of your SFP members are going to be honest as well. APC has not been a problem to you at all. The people of Sierra Leone are citizens of the country, and they have the right to express themselves regardless of political party affiliations. So guys, I'm going to leave it right here for now. But President Bio's speech was too dark, and that's not what we wanted. We wanted a speech of cohesion, of peace, fostering peace in the country, speaking to the fears of the people, uniting Sierra Leoneans again, and not calling the people of Sierra Leone as terrorists. They're not terrorists. Just because you don't allow them to come out and speak on what is bothering them, just because you don't give them the permits so that they can come out and protest, the international community is seeing this. The international world has seen this. Even in America, people came out to protest the fact that they are tired of staying at home because of the coronavirus. In Sierra Leone, you can't let the people protest, because immediately people want to protest, you say it's a political party thing. There's no stability. No, President Bio, it's your leadership style. You're not connected with the people. You sit in IHOP in this 50-story building, we don't know where it's at, just figuratively speaking. But that is your problem. You're not connected with the people. You're away from the people. Connect with the people. Connect with the grassroots, and you'll see what the problem is. But your speech was very dark, and everything you said was a bunch of lies, and you were just trying to make up and find a way of crafting whatever you think you're cooking. It's not going to cook. It's not going to work. The fire is not going to blow out. It's not going to blow out at all. Whatever you're trying to cook, it's not going to work for the people of Sierra Leone. The people of Sierra Leone are very peaceful. Engage them. Talk to them in the communities. Just allow the people to vent their frustrations peacefully, and everything would be fine. We want peace in our country. What you've just done is not very peaceful at all. So I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody, by the way, okay? I thank you guys for your contribution, but let's share this. President Bio's speech was very dark. It was very dark. It is uncalled for. We wanted a very light speech. Come out and appease the fears of the people. Learn from previous presidents in that country, President Bio. Learn from previous presidents. The people of Sierra Leone are your own people. They are your people. They are not enemies. The people are not enemies for you. You have come out here and said the people of Sierra Leone are enemies. And that is absolutely wrong. Your speech is too dark, bruh. President Bio, come out light, relaxed, chill, talk to the people, address them in Creole, let them see you as a human being. You're not a god. But the way you're doing things, you're sitting there so stiff, like you're some god. You're not. Where have you been all this time with all the violence? Fire up Lawrence Lima. You yourself, if you can't handle the job, resign if it's too much for you. Where is Fatmata Sawane? She was there at Pareba Road at 3:30. Enough is enough, President Bio. Speak to the people like a human being. We love our people and we're going to stand up for them. That is the fact. Again, guys, if you want to, you can email me, the People's Liberation Movement. This is for Africa across the continent. People have to do this. Citizens have to do what I'm doing. Come out and speak about these issues. Don't leave it just for other political parties or people of people in positions of authority and all that stuff. As citizens, let us come out and advocate for our people. This is what I'm doing. So thank you guys. Bye-bye.